हेलो। अरे हेलो। ठीक है। न्यूज़पेपर। So no news on the editorial page. Government changed rules 15-20 days back regarding e-commerce that we'll be discussing in the industrial policy. So this is relevant, but as such, right now you can ignore this. This is also relevant, which we'll be discussing in money and banking topic, prompt corrective action. Core sector data they have published today. किसने किसने न्यूज़ पढ़ा है? This data is for which month? जनवरी, दिसंबर और पिछले क्वार्टर? कोर सेक्टर का ग्रोथ वी पब्लिश इट मंथली और क्वार्टरली? क्या पढ़े हो न्यूज़? इसमें लिखा हुआ है कि द डेटा इज फॉर दिसंबर 2018. विच मिनिस्ट्री पब्लिशेस? अब आप लोग पढ़ के आओगे तभी डिस्कस करेंगे पेपर. तो वही 3 न्यूज रेलिवेंट है रिगार्डिंग ई कॉमर्स, रिगार्डिंग पीसीए नॉर्म्स एंड कोर सेक्टर. ऑल दीज 3 टॉपिक्स विल बी डिस्कसिंग लेटर ऑन. तो आप क्या कर सकते हो कि इस पेपर की कटिंग करके रख लो और जब टॉपिक पढ़ेंगे देन वी विल डिस्कस. ठीक है? एनी अदर डाउट फ्रॉम द प्रीवियस क्लास? टैक्स अभी हम आगे पढ़ेंगे ना. टैक्स अपॉन जीडीपी रिप्रेजेंट करता है. बट जीडीपी कितना हमारा? 168 लाख करोड़. टैक्स कितना है? एवरी ईयर गवर्नमेंट इज कलेक्टिंग सम टैक्स. तो जब आप टैक्स पढ़ लेना तब पूछोगे ना कि टैक्स जीडीपी रेशियो व्हाट इट इज राइट नाउ. कैन एनीवन गेस कि व्हाट इज द टैक्स टू जीडीपी रेशियो? 17%. Is it? 8%. और कोई? Every year government of India is collecting some tax, ना? GDP should be equal to tax collection. No, not at all. Why we all India produce some output, we get it as income. Our income is 168 lakh crore. Out of that 168 lakh crore which we get as income, some income government takes as tax. So out of the 168 lakh crore that we total get, government collects some part as tax. What is that percentage? और कोई 8%, 17% और कोई 30% और कोई? ये बोली लग रही क्या आप लोग बात जा रहे हैं? फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज कि जिस लोगों ने भी डेटा बताया, हैव यू टोल्ड दिस सेंटर एंड स्टेट कंबाइंड और ओनली सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट? कंबाइंड इट इज अप्रोक्सीमेटली 17%. सेंट्रल इट इज अराउंड 12%. ठीक है, 11-12%. थोड़ा वो तो फ्लक्चुएट करता है ना एवरी ईयर. सो सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट का 12% आता तो 168 लाख करोड़ का 12% अराउंड 17-18 लाख crore. 168 lakh crore was our total GDP, and I am saying कि 12% around is the tax of the central government. तो 12% इसका कितना आ जाता है? 19.2. चलो 19 lakh crore. So this is government of India's tax collection. This is government of India's tax collection. ठीक है, इतना है गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया का टैक्स कलेक्शन. फिर इसमें से भी गवर्नमेंट गिव्स 40% टू स्टेट्स एज पर सेंट्रल फाइनेंस कमीशन. बाद में डिटेल में आप पढ़ोगे व्हेन वी विल बी डिस्कसिंग द टैक्स टॉपिक. ठीक है ना?
Sir, while calculating real effective exchange rate, we
हाँ.
assign weight to each currency by the volume of trade India is having with each of those countries.
Right.
So, sir, why don't we use a criteria that we should assign weight according to the payment made in each currency, amount of payment made in each currency, sir. Like dollar is used.
भाई वैल्यू ऑफ ट्रेड तो वही हो गया ना.
सर जैसे यूएई के साथ हमने ट्रेड किया लेकिन पेमेंट उसकी करेंसी में नहीं करके डॉलर से पे किया.
इंटरनेशनल ट्रेड हैपेंस इन डॉलर्स. व्हाई इट हैपेंस इन डॉलर्स दैट विल बी डिस्कसिंग टुडे. ठीक है, तो वैल्यू ऑफ ट्रेड से मल्टीप्लाई करते हैं, तो जिसमें आप पेमेंट करोगे वैसे वही पता रहेगा ना.
तो वॉल्यूम ऑफ ट्रेड तो हम लोग इंडिया यूएई का
वॉल्यूम्स, वॉल्यूम वैल्यू, वॉल्यूम कैसे आप वैल्यू कैन यू से कि कितना वॉल्यूम ऑफ ट्रेड है? वो तो इट विल बी डिफरेंट कमोडिटीज. नहीं, इंडिया चाइना इज ट्रेडिंग लॉट्स ऑफ कमोडिटीज. इफ यू वांट टू मल्टीप्लाई द वेट you will have to multiply by a particular number na. You cannot multiply there as itna wheat itna rice na. You will have to multiply by a particular number value. So that value we use जिस करेंसी में ट्रेड करते. समझ रहे हो? और कोई डाउट प्रीवियस क्लास से? कौन कौन से कमोडिटी है भाई? 800-900 आइटम्स हैं. राइट राइट. ओके, सो सीपीआई बास्केट दैट वी हैव कंस्टिट्यूटेड, उसमें एवरी कमोडिटी विल हैव अ डिफरेंट वेट. And that weight will depend on the transaction in the retail market. भाई आप टोमेटो ज़्यादा खाओगे तो टोमेटो का ज़्यादा वेट होगा. होलसेल मार्केट में हाँ 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 देखो, पहले तो टॉप में जैसे WPI में टॉप में 3 कैटेगरी है, फिर उसका फर्दर सब क्लासिफिकेशन है. वो तो पूरे आप ड्रॉप डाउन तक आओगे तो देयर आर वेरियस क्लासिफिकेशन. नहीं देखो, ऐसा वेटेज तो यू कांट रिमेंबर, फ्रैंकली स्पीकिंग. यू कांट रिमेंबर कि किस कमोडिटी को कैसे वेटेज मिला हुआ है. वो पॉसिबल ही नहीं आपके लिए. मेजॉरिटी ऑफ द आइटम्स यू कैन नो. जैसे आई सेड ऑन दैट डे कि फूड CPI में फूड का 46% अराउंड फूड एंड बेवरेजेस. बट आई डोंट थिंक दैट यूपीएससी विल आस्क कि किस कमोडिटी है कितना वेटेज. समटाइम्स दे आस्क कि कोर सेक्टर में कितना वेटेज है, हाईएस्ट वेटेज दे में आस्क. अरेंज करने के लिए भी दे कैन गिव ओनली फॉर दोज वेयर देयर आर ओनली 3-4 आइटम्स और 3-4 कैटेगरीज. CPI एंड WPI में यू कांट रिमेंबर प्राइमरी आर्टिकल, सेकेंडरी आर्टिकल्स के फिर क्लासिफिकेशन. उसको याद करने की कोई जरूरत नहीं, और आई कैन प्रॉमिस यू कि वो कभी पूछा नहीं जा सकता है. ठीक है, आपको अंडरस्टैंडिंग होनी चाहिए कि क्या. राइट. By at any moment you have some capital stock. After 1 year, you can measure the gross capital stock also, and you can measure the net capital stock also. नहीं भाई, एक 31st March 2018 we had some gross capital stock. We have some capital stock. 31st March 2018 we had some 1 lakh crore capital stock. जितना इन्वेस्टमेंट हुआ minus depreciation, the capital stock will increase. We should subtract depreciation also, of course. ठीक है. Money and banking. So थोड़ा सा बैकग्राउंड क्लियर कर लेते हैं, एंड देन विल मूव ऑन टुवर्ड्स हायर कॉन्सेप्ट्स. ठीक. लिखने क्या लगते हो भाई आप लोग? इधर बोर्ड देखो ना. आप लोग को लिखना ना पड़े, इसीलिए मैंने 1 साल में वो बुक लिखी है. तो आप बोर्ड पे कॉन्सेंट्रेट करो. अभी एक बहुत टिपिकल कॉन्सेप्ट्स हैं, तो प्लीज ध्यान से सुनो. ठीक है. सो 400-500 years back we used to have, एकदम पिन ड्रॉप साइलेंस बना लो. We had barter trade 400-500 years back. ठीक. So barter trade में we used to exchange goods with other goods. What was the major challenge in barter trade? Double coincidence of wants. If this person has rice, this person has wheat. If this person wants rice and he is willing to sell rice, but he doesn't want wheat, so this transaction will not happen. So this was a major cumbersome issue in case of barter trade. To resolve the problem of barter trade, all these people in India, they decided that let's finalize a commodity, which everybody will accept, and through that commodity we will be doing trade. ठीक है. Let's decide a commodity through which we will be doing trade, and everyone will accept that commodity. Now what should be the characteristic of that commodity? भाई everyone will be willing to accept, उस commodity का क्या characteristic होगा? Because barter trade problem create कर रहा था, so they thought that let's decide a particular commodity, and that commodity everyone should accept. What should be the characteristic of that commodity? It should be valuable. हाँ वो तो ठीक है, सब लोग एक्सेप्ट करेंगे, बट द कैरेक्टरिस्टिक ऑफ द कमोडिटी शुड बी. सो फॉर एग्जाम्पल, लिक्विडिटी तो मुझे समझ ही में नहीं आती. जो चीज आप समझे हो कोशिश करो कि इकोनॉमिक्स को कॉम्प्लेक्स मत बनाओ. आप ही लोग कॉम्प्लेक्स बनाते हो, फिर बाद में बोलते हो समझ में नहीं आया. ठीक है. सो कीप इट सिंपल. We will not be using the terms which we have not understood. So what my question is, what should be the characteristic of that commodity? For example, suppose they all decided that they will transact with water. That means everyone will accept water. ठीक है. Now this person wanted rice, so this person went with a bucket of water, and he gave him a bucket of water and asked rice. Now this person said that I have produced rice with effort of 6 months, and there is a river flowing beside my house. What I will do with the bucket of water? So he may not accept bucket. So what should be the characteristic of that commodity? So water cannot be that commodity. What should be the characteristic of that commodity? It should be very limited in supply. Suppose they all decided iron. Now he went with a 1 kg iron. He said that there is an iron ore mine behind my house, so he may not accept. So the first characteristic is that commodity should be very limited in supply. Second characteristic क्या होना चाहिए? हाँ, accepted तो ठीक है. Second characteristic is, suppose नॉन पेरिशेबल। मान लो पोटैटो डिसाइड किए, ही गेव पोटैटो, 2 दिन बाद वो सड़ गया। सो द सेकेंड कैरेक्टरिस्टिक इज इट शुड बी नॉन पेरिशेबल, आप स्टोर करके काफी टाइम तक रख सको। गोल्ड एंड सिल्वर हैज दीज कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स। गोल्ड एंड सिल्वर एकदम कॉन्सेंट्रेट करके सुनना, अदरवाइज 15 मिनट बाद आपको समझ में आना बंद हो जाएगा। नहीं, फैक्ट है। सो अभी जैसे ना क्या होता है कि अभी तो लगा यार बार्टर ट्रेड तो सबको पता है, ठीक है, तो आप रिलैक्स हो, पता लगा कि कहाँ चले गए, अब तो समझ ही में आना बंद हो गया, तो फिर भी कॉन्सेंट्रेट करके आप सुनो। सो गोल्ड एंड सिल्वर हैड दीज characteristics, so they started transacting with gold and silver. Now every year output is increasing in the economy. Every year output is increasing. So do we require more gold and silver coins for transaction? Yes. If every year output is increasing, the gold and silver supply should also increase by that percentage, amount nahi, percentage, in that proportion. So every year output was increasing and gold and silver supply must increase. But our gold and silver supply was not increasing by the proportion of output increase. So people started facing problem in transaction. हर साल output is increasing, so the commodity through which you are transacting, उसका भी supply, it should increase accordingly. But that was limited. I said that the characteristics should be very limited in supply, but it should be produced. थोड़ा produce कर सको. If you cannot increase the supply, then also that commodity cannot be used. So the problem we started facing was our output started increasing, silver and gold supply was very limited, it was not increasing. So we started facing problem in transaction again. ठीक है. Now keep this problem as it is. They were trading with gold and silver. Now one day there is a person in this economy, I am drawing it here. This person, he is a part of this economy, I am drawing it here. Everyone knew this person, everyone trusted this person. One day what happened, this person gave, he was transacting with gold. What he did was, he kept his gold with this person. ठीक है, 1 milligram gold, he gave it to this person. And this person gave him a slip. उस पे क्या लिखा है? 1 milligram gold. And he has signed. This is just a paper slip. ठीक है. He took this paper slip, came back. Now he wanted rice. This person gave this paper slip to him. Rather than physical gold, he gave the paper slip to him. He accepted. Why he accepted? Because he also knew, or he also trusted this signature. He also knew that if he will reproduce the slip to this person, he will give the physical gold. Everyone trusted this signature. So all these people, they started accepting the paper slips rather than physical gold. ठीक है. So with this paper slip, we started transact. But that problem is still there. How much paper slips can be issued? Jitna gold hai. So that problem is still there. Now when someone is depositing 1 milligram gold and he wrote 1 milligram here, rather than writing 1 milligram gold, if this person writes, rather than writing 1 milligram gold, if this person writes 1 rupees or 1 unit, does it matter? No, it doesn't matter till the time if someone is giving 5 milligram gold, he is writing 5 rupees. So 1 milligram when someone deposited, if he wrote 10 rupees, then for 5 he should write 50 rupees. From where it started, does it matter? No. From where it started, it doesn't matter. So everyone started depositing his physical gold and this person started writing paper slips, rupees notes. In this way, rupee was discovered. But that problem is still there. ठीक है. कौन सी प्रॉब्लम? लिमिटेड सप्लाई ऑफ गोल्ड. नाउ सपोज इन बार्टर ट्रेड 1 मिलीग्राम, समझ रहे हो आप लोग ना, 1 मिलीग्राम इज इक्वल टू 1 मिलीग्राम गोल्ड. In barter trade, suppose 10 milligram silver equal. Suppose barter trade had this equation. ठीक है, barter trade तो पहले होता है. Now if someone gave 1 milligram gold, someone gave 1 milligram gold and this person was writing 1 rupee. ठीक है. Now if someone gives 10 milligram silver, देखो फिर से सुनो आप. When someone gave 1 milligram gold and he wrote 1 rupees, then if someone gives 10 milligram silver, how much rupee note he will give? 1 rupee. If someone gives 10 kg iron, how much rupee? So whether someone is giving gold or silver or iron, does it matter? Nahi. He will issue the rupee note according to the barter trade equation. According to the barter trade equation. Because here also 1 milligram gold में 10 milligram silver transact हो रहा है. So if he issues the note in proportion, doesn't matter. ये clear है? If someone gave 100 kg rice, he will get 1 rupee. So gold supply was limited, but then these people started keeping different commodities, and this person has issued rupee notes. The logic says that, एक पेपर दो. The logic says that the rupee note which this person is issuing, ये रद्दी वाला इसको कोई वैल्यू नहीं करता है, ठीक है. The rupee note that this person is issuing, it doesn't have any intrinsic value. People here are accepting this 1 rupee note just because of the signature, because everyone trusts here that if he will reproduce this rupee note, he will get the physical gold or physical commodity equivalent to that. So everyone is accepting this paper note which doesn't have any intrinsic value just because of the promise of this person that he will give something physical to that. ठीक है. Now when this person is issuing a currency note and everyone is accepting which doesn't have any value, why these people accept or trust this currency note? Because all these people understands that these currency notes have been issued by a physical backing of a asset. If all these people knows that there is no physical backup of asset with this person, they will stop accepting these notes. So if someone is keeping gold, someone is keeping iron, someone is keeping silver, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. What matters is there is rupee note which this individual is issuing, it must have some physical backup. And when rupee note जो 100 rupees का, उस पे ये नहीं लिखा हुआ है that if you will reproduce it to RBI, this is RBI. If you will reproduce this to RBI, RBI will give you gold. ऐसा नहीं लिखा है. It has been written that RBI will give you something worth rupees 100. वो आपको wheat भी दे सकता है, and you can't deny, because there is a promise that RBI will give you something worth than that. कुछ भी दे सकता है. ठीक है. So gold was limited, but we are producing a lot of other commodities. So we are keeping the commodities, and they are issuing these notes. ठीक है. So every year output started increasing. Every year output started increasing. To facilitate the transaction, that much of currency, more currency notes should be pumped into the economy. So every year we are depositing more assets with this person, and that much of extra currency it is pumping. Every year your output is increasing, na? Every year RBI is pumping more money into the system. Because if it will not pump money, what will happen? You won't be able to transact. ठीक है? So if output is increasing here, more money should be pumped into the economy. ठीक? तो उस प्रॉब्लम का सॉल्यूशन मिल गया. ठीक है ना? उस प्रॉब्लम का सॉल्यूशन मिला नहीं मिला? Because we can keep any assets. Now 130 crore Indians transacting with RBI is practically not feasible. So what we have done is, we have created another layer of institutions between 130 crore Indians and RBI. So for our currency conversion need, we go to these banks and these banks go to RBI. So we have three layered structure: RBI, banks and people. They are served by them and they are served by them. इसको आप याद रखना ये चीज. ठीक है? तो देखो, whether RBI printed notes and gave it to you, or RBI credited into your account, does it matter? Doesn't matter. We will come to that point. But the money in your pocket and the money in your account doesn't make any difference. Both are part of money supply. And when government is publishing, RBI is publishing the figures कि हमारे यहाँ इतना पैसा है, it doesn't mean कि pocket का पैसे की बात कर रहे हैं, अलमीरा के पैसे की बात कर रहे हैं, और account के पैसे की बात, doesn't matter. That's a different thing that when economies become developed, you use less physical notes, more account based. But उससे economy में कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता है. मतलब उसके बेनिफिट्स एंड एडवांटेज डिसएडवांटेज हैं, बट फॉर दिस कॉन्सेप्ट इट डजंट मेक एनी डिफरेंस. If every year output is increasing, we need to give more money. Now that money is given in physical form or online form, digital form, doesn't matter.
In physical form, like notes and currency, token currency are devalued, like lost and sometimes tear apart, and there are so many consequences. But online and
तो वो देखो, वो तो डिजिटल और फिजिकल का एडवांटेज डिसएडवांटेज है, उसको यहाँ पे ला के कंफ्यूज नहीं करो. ठीक है? उसके अलग एडवांटेज डिसएडवांटेज हैं, वो साइंस टेक में आप पढ़ोगे. ठीक, उसको यहाँ लाने से कोई फायदा नहीं है ना. आप समझो एक चीज, बिकॉज वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द क्रिएशन ऑफ करेंसी, और इससे इन्फ्लेशन क्या इंपैक्ट पड़ता है. वेदर मनी इज इन योर पॉकेट और इन योर अकाउंट, इन्फ्लेशन पे इट हैज द सेम इंपैक्ट. तो हम लोग बाद में डिस्कस करेंगे कि डिजिटल से. सो एवरी ईयर इंडियाज आउटपुट इज इंक्रीजिंग एंड एवरी ईयर मोर मनी इज बीइंग पम्प्ड. अब ध्यान से सुनो आप. नाउ ये जो मनी पंप हो रहा है, हाउ इट इज गेटिंग पम्प्ड, आई विल जस्ट गिव यू अ फील. डिटेल में आप आगे समझ जाओगे. नाउ गवर्नमेंट और आरबीआई, व्हाट इज हैपनिंग, ये ध्यान से इधर देखो आप. एवरी ईयर आउटपुट इज इंक्रीजिंग, so you require more money for transaction. How this money is exactly entering into the system, into the economy? What happens? RBI और गवर्नमेंट, RBI और गवर्नमेंट, क्योंकि मनी क्रिएशन के लिए दोनों यूज होते हैं. If government asks this person to construct road. ध्यान से सुनना, if government asked this person contractor to construct road, this person constructed road, ठीक है, this person constructed road, government printed money and gave it to that person, and the person gave this road to this government. What exactly happened? These people produced output road, they gave it to government, government printed notes and gave it to you. So this note, is there any physical backup? As the road asset which is owned by government is acting as a physical backup. Every year government of India is purchasing assets, na? That much extra money is entering into the system every year. समझ रहे हो ये? Last year, government purchased 24.42 lakh crore goods. ठीक है, it gave 24.42, it spent 24.42 and collected tax around 18. So net 6.24 entered into the system. You try to understand, every year I said that output is increasing, every year money supply should be increased. Now when output is increasing, this output you are keeping with government, government is pumping extra money into the system. So every year money is being pumped into the economy. When you are constructing road and giving it to government, what is exactly happening? आप output produce करके you are depositing it to government and government is printing extra currency. So all this currency which is floating, is there any backup with government? Yes. The entity which has issued the currency note, they have the backup. So government's money enter in this way, RBI also helps in increasing the money, वो आप आगे समझ जाओगे. Because every year output is increasing. If money is not pumped, क्या होगा? Prices will start decreasing. Prices will decrease or not? ओल्ड राजेंद्र नगर आप समझते हो? ओल्ड राजेंद्र नगर, सपोज इट इज बेस्ड ऑन टोटली यूपीएससी एस्पिरेंट्स केवल रहते हैं, ठीक है, यूपीएससी, दिस इकोनॉमी इज टोटली रनिंग थ्रू यूपीएससी एस्पिरेंट्स. नाउ इफ एवरी मंथ, सो इन ओल्ड राजेंद्र नगर देयर इज सम आउटपुट and there is some money with you. This money chases the output. We say that in official terms. This money, old Ranjan Nagar समझ लो आपकी पूरी इकोनॉमी है. So you have money and there is some output. This money chases the output. If output remains constant and money supply decreases, जैसे इंडिया में आप समझो as such, इंडिया में every year we are producing some output and we have some money. If money supply remains constant, देखो जो इन्फ्लेशन का कॉन्सेप्ट है, इट इज रिलेटेड विथ मनी एंड आउटपुट बोथ. ओल्ड राजेंद्र नगर में देयर इज सम आउटपुट, इफ योर पेरेंट्स स्टॉप सेंडिंग यू मनी, प्राइसेस विल, यू विल नॉट हैव मनी टू परचेज, प्राइसेस विल डिक्रीज. ठीक है, प्राइसेस विल डिक्रीज, यू वोंट बी एबल टू परचेज, दे विल हैव टू रिड्यूस द प्राइसेस. So the concept of inflation is money chasing the output. So if in the economy output increased, money supply remained constant. Output increased, money supply remained constant. Prices will decrease. Relation से होता है, देखो आप. If output increased by 10%, money supply increased by 10%, prices will remain same. But if output constant, money supply increased, price will increase. If output constant, money supply decreased, prices will decrease. ये फील आता है नहीं आता है? If money supply constant, output decreased, prices will increase. Proportion है ये. Money supply constant, output decreased, prices will increase. इसी रिलेशन से सारा कॉन्सेप्ट है इन्फ्लेशन. कैसे मेजर किया जाता है, अभी छोड़ दो ना कि कैसे मेजर किया था, सीएसओ करता है ना. अब ये आप सेपरेटली ये पूछ लेना, ठीक है। सो एवरी ईयर इन द इंडियन इकोनॉमी वी हैव सम मनी, वी हैव सम आउटपुट, and inflation depends on the relation of output and money supply. If any year output increased a lot and government will not pump the money, prices will decrease. If output is not increasing, money is pumped a lot, prices will increase. ठीक है, और इसीलिए इन करप्शन के केस में इन्फ्लेशन इंक्रीजेज और डिक्रीजेज? Increases. The reason is out when government releases money, output doesn't get produced, money reaches to the pockets of ministers, bureaucrats. So output remains constant and money. ठीक है, समझ गए ये? ये प्रोपेंसिटी टू एक्सपेंस लाके क्यों कंफ्यूज कर रहे हो क्लास को आप? उसका उतना इम्पैक्ट नहीं होगा, उसका उतना इम्पैक्ट नहीं होगा, आई एक्सेप्ट दैट. So when I am saying money supply, general money supply, when the money is reaching to the public, even if in case of corruption, उसके भी कई back channels होते हैं, money reaches to a lot of people. तो ये मनी सप्लाई एंड इन्फ्लेशन अभी आप आगे डिटेल में पढ़ोगे. इट्स जस्ट अ कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ मनी चेजिंग द आउटपुट. ये मनी सप्लाई और आउटपुट का कॉन्सेप्ट क्लियर है? सो दैट इज व्हाई व्हेन देयर इज हाई इन्फ्लेशन so that means money supply ज़्यादा हो गया in proportion to output. So government to reduce the inflation, what it does? Money supply कम करती. To reduce the money supply, what it can do? Increase the tax. Increase the tax. ठीक है. एक्सचेंज रेट सिस्टम्स. अभी तो आप 3 डिफरेंट एक्सचेंज रेट पढ़े हो, राइट? नाउ वी आर गोइंग टू डिस्कस हाउ आवर एक्सचेंज रेट चेंज फ्रॉम 1947 टिल टुडे.
So decrease demand supply, you have to increase the taxes, or you can say that in terms of subsidy, government should stop giving the subsidy.
ये भी यार वो स्पेस ऑक्यूपाई कर रहा था ना, तो ये और नीचे लिखना पड़ता. तो अभी मनी एंड बैंकिंग चलेगा 7-8 डेज, उसका एक सब टॉपिक. देखो मुझे कहीं यहाँ पे पढ़ा के कहीं भागना नहीं है. नाउ आई एम फुल टाइम हियर ओनली. तो आप उसकी चिंता छोड़ दो और समझते जाओ एक एक चीज, ठीक है? So when we got independence, $1 was equal to ₹1. Why it moved to 31? Can anyone tell me? इधर देखो आप. See here. When we export, we get dollars, and that dollar is used for what purpose? Import purpose. ठीक है. So if you will not have dollars, we won't be able to import. Now take a time period in between this. 1947 1991 के पहले इन दिस पीरियड जनरली हमारे इन्फ्लेशन ज़्यादा होता था कम होता था? ज़्यादा होता था बिकॉज ऑफ कंट्रोल्ड प्रोडक्शन सोशलिस्ट रिजीम। ठीक, सपोज इंडिया में द बर्गर एनी पीरियड इन बिटवीन, सपोज द एक्सचेंज रेट इज दिस, here the price of burger is ₹7, here the price of burger is $1. So who will export, who will import? India will export. So we will export burger, we will get dollar, and from that dollar we import a lot of things. Now because of socialist regime, because of inefficient economy, the prices here started increasing. Prices here started increasing. When the prices started increasing, someday trade will stop. So if it moves to 10, trade will stop. When trade will stop, we will stop earning dollars. Now to again restart the trade, what we can do is, reducing this price is not possible. ठीक है, this price is increased to 10, trade stopped. Now to again restart the trade, we can move it to 15. If it becomes 15, again trade will start or not? $1 में 15 rupees, 15 rupees में we can get 1.5 burgers. As of today, यूरिया का प्राइस मार्केट डिसाइड करता है और गवर्नमेंट और कोई प्राइस जो गवर्नमेंट डिसाइड करता? Before 1993, dollar price government used to decide, RBI used to decide. That means how many rupees you should pay to get $1, that price RBI used to decide. आज के डेट में कौन डिसाइड करता है? मार्केट. So before 1993, RBI every morning RBI के गवर्नर उठते थे और बोलते थे आज का रेट ये. ठीक है, RBI used to decide this rate. So RBI fixed this rate. Earlier it was 10. RBI fixed this rate because of inefficient system, price increase, trade stopped, then RBI again increased it to 15. 15 हुआ, trade again restarted. When it moved to 15, again trade stopped, again we increased it to 20. So because of our inefficient system, inflation in India was high. When our trade exports started declining, we have devalued the currency. When market changes this rate, it is called depreciation. When government changes this rate, it is called devaluation. So RBI used to fix this rate, and time to time RBI has changed this rate depending on the economic situation, depending on the reserves, foreign reserve situation. So this exchange rate was fixed, and time to time government has adjusted this. So that is why this period exchange rate is called fixed and adjustable regime. ठीक है, डिवैल्यूएशन का बेसिस ये होता था, whenever our exports declined, whenever our exports became less competitive, our earning of dollars started declining, so we devalued it. Mainly exports basis. But देखो, if your exports are becoming less competitive, you can do only two things. Do something with the exchange rate. देखो, exports किस पे depend करता है? This rate, this rate, this rate. You can't change this. Either you can change this or you can change this. Either you can increase this or reduce this. Now this is the price of overall economy. To reduce this means you have to make the overall economy more efficient. That is one of the most difficult tasks. पूरे इकोनॉमी को रिफॉर्म करना पड़ेगा. So the easiest thing was कि devalue this. We have always devalued from 90. इसीलिए तो $1 यहाँ से आके it came here. It was beneficial, of course. It was.
Drain of resources only.
आपका क्या डाउट है?
Sir, was it beneficial for Indian economy to?
It was beneficial to continue or to increase the exports. Yes. In that terms, it has benefited.
Because India was a poor and there is a scarcity of resources, and then we are draining our resources on reduced price.
देखो, the problem is we didn't have oil. We wanted to import a lot of other things also, certain machines. Now to import that, we wanted dollars. How we can get dollars? By export. So we used to consume less. उस समय ऐसा नहीं था कि हमारे पास surplus था and then we were exporting, ऐसा नहीं था. Even if we were producing less, we were consuming less, but certain things we wanted or required to run our economy, like oil. So even if we were consuming less, we were exporting, we were earning dollars, and then we were importing those. So major basically because of balance of payment, आगे पढ़ोगे आप, issues means forex issue, foreign reserve issue, dollars issue, we used to always devalue it. To earn dollars, we have devalued it. And this we have not done once, several times. लीगल तो आज भी है. WTO ना, मैं इंडिया के कॉन्टेक्स्ट में बोल रहे हैं. इंडिया के कॉन्टेक्स्ट में नाउ वी हैव साइंड लॉट ऑफ ट्रेड एग्रीमेंट्स, उसमें वी हैव प्रेशर टू डीरेगुलेट इट, बट एज सच कंट्री वाइज तो आप लीगल बता रहे हैं. अभी आ रहे हैं ना, अभी प्रेजेंट में आ जाओगे तो आप समझ जाओगे. What if we want to import something? हाँ, देखो भाई, समझो आप. There are two kinds of economies. One who supports control, one who supports decontrol, deregulation. ठीक है. आपके ऊपर ज़्यादा रिस्ट्रिक्शन लगेगा कि ऐसा नहीं करो, वैसा नहीं करो, तो क्या होगा कि आप कुछ इलीगल तरीके दूसरे तरीके से करोगे विदाउट इन्फॉर्मिंग पेरेंट्स. सो माय बिलीफ इज आल्सो नॉट टू कंट्रोल, लीव इट टू मार्केट, लीव इट टू मार्केट. और उस समय केवल डॉलर और रुपी हम लोग नहीं कंट्रोल करते थे. वी यूज्ड टू कंट्रोल अ लॉट ऑफ प्राइसेस ऑफ कमोडिटी. वी यूज्ड टू कंट्रोल द प्राइसेस ऑफ अ लॉट ऑफ कमोडिटीज. दैट वाज अ सोशलिस्ट regime. We used to regulate, control prices of different commodities, and that's why we also used to control the price of dollar. Post 1991, 1993, we have decontrolled, deregulated most of the prices. So in 1993, RBI said that now we will not fix this rate, market will decide the rate. ठीक है. Now when market is deciding the rate from here to here, again it has depreciated. Why it has depreciated? For example, suppose here $1 is equal to rupees 40. बर्गर प्राइस $1, यहाँ पे ₹30 है, ट्रेड होगा, इंडिया विल एक्सपोर्ट. नाउ सपोज अगेन आवर इकोनॉमी इज लेस एफिशिएंट, प्राइसेज स्टार्टेड इंक्रीजिंग. ध्यान से देखना, प्राइसेज स्टार्टेड इंक्रीजिंग. व्हेन प्राइस विल स्टार्ट इंक्रीजिंग, व्हेन इट विल इंक्रीज टू 40, ट्रेड विल स्टॉप. When trade will stop, the demand for rupee will decrease, because देखो 30 पे ट्रेड हो रहा था, they were purchasing rupees, they were selling dollars, demanding rupees, and from rupees they were purchasing burgers from India. If it moved to 40, the demand for rupee will decline. The demand for rupee will decline. So when it moved to 40, the demand for rupee declined, and then rupee will move to 50. When rupee will move to 50, again the trade will start. Earlier what RBI used to do, now market is doing that.
Earlier you said that it was a socialistic regime
even if this is decided by market, there are a lot of inefficiencies in the system, because of which in India the prices are increasing much more as compared to US and other countries. Prices are increasing much more still. आप अभी बस 5 मिनट रुको, आपको क्लियर हो जाएगा, ठीक है. Prices are increasing much more. So if price will increase here, trade will stop, the demand for rupee will decrease, rupee will depreciate, again trade will start. So what earlier RBI used to do, now market is doing this. This is, acha. Now try to understand this rate. Acha, suppose because of inflation, prices increased, trade stopped, ठीक है, trade stopped, and then rupee depreciated. Now suppose a lot of investors started coming in. This will move to, a lot of investors started coming to India. This will move to, again it came. So there are various factors at play. If inflation in India is high, our trade will stop, rupee will depreciate, but if a lot of foreign investors are coming in, rupee will appreciate. Rupee will appreciate. So there are a lot of factors at play now. Whichever factor is strong, the rupee moves in that direction. 8 months back, rupee was moving from $1 is equal to 70 to 66. A lot of investors were coming into India. Then in October, it started moving to 74. So foreign investors coming in, does that impact rupee dollar rate? Yes. Investors going abroad, does it impact? Yes. Export, import, investors coming in, going out, people of India going abroad for traveling, education purpose, that impacts or not? Yes. So there are various factors at play. Whichever factor becomes stronger, rupee moves in that direction. So for last 4-5 years, rupee just hovering around 68, 69, 70. अब 4 साल से depreciate नहीं किया, because some factors after Mr. Modi has become strong. So हो सकता है, if you ask me कि after 10 years क्या होगा, it depends. If government does a lot of reform, or economy becomes efficient, products become competitive, or exports increase, rupee can appreciate. If Mr. Modi continues for the next 10 years, foreign direct investors will come a lot, rupee may appreciate. If Rahul Gandhi becomes, it may move to 80, 90. So right now, there are various factors at play. जो भी strong होगा, rupee will move into that direction.
सर तो इन दोनों में बस डिफरेंस यही कि पहले इन्वेस्टर्स नहीं आते,
पहले वो मार्केट करता था. हाँ, पहले तो इन्वेस्टर नहीं अलाउड था ना. पहले इन्वेस्टमेंट वाज वेरी रिस्ट्रिक्टेड, वेरी रिस्ट्रिक्टेड. इन्फ्लेशन हाँ हो जाएगा, एक्सपोर्ट्स रुक जाएगा ना. देखो मैं बता रहा हूँ कि देर आर, समझो एक चीज, आपका क्वेश्चन अभी क्लियर हो जाएगा. ही इज आस्किंग कि इन्फ्लेशन बढ़ गया है ना, सप्लाई कम हुआ, इन्फ्लेशन बढ़ गया. इफ इन्फ्लेशन विल इंक्रीज, एक्सपोर्ट विल डिक्लाइन. इफ एक्सपोर्ट विल डिक्लाइन, दिस विल फर्दर इंक्रीज, अगेन ट्रेड विल स्टार्ट. तो वही तो डिपेंड करता है कि विच हैज a major role. If this, now rupee depreciation, appreciation doesn't depend only on exports. It also depends on imports, it also depends on oil imports, foreign investors, Indian students going abroad. A lot of factors are, जो भी ज़्यादा strong होता है उस डायरेक्शन में. अभी आज क्लास बाकी है, अभी 2 घंटा ना. We will discuss that ना, पहले समझ लो ये क्लियर है. So earlier RBI was deciding, now market decides. So when market decides, we call it floating exchange rate. Now floating exchange rate has 2 categories. Free float managed float. What is the difference? देखो अब ध्यान से सुनो. Now this rate is decided in a forex market. एक ऑनलाइन मार्केट है जिसमें रुपी एंड डॉलर एवरी टाइम इज बीइंग ट्रेडेड. मार्केट से डिसाइड होता है. नाउ सपोज अभी $1 इज इक्वल टू ₹70 है. सपोज राहुल गांधी बिकम्स पीएम एंड रूपी मूव्स फ्रॉम $1 इज इक्वल टू ₹70 to 80 इमीडिएटली. एक दिन में इतना हो गया. व्हाई? बिकॉज investors in India, foreign investors in India, they started selling their business. They got rupees. They sold that rupee here. They demanded dollars. So dollar will appreciate and rupee will depreciate. If it moves to 80, will India get impacted? Yes. क्या होगा? If rupee will move to 80, depreciate, imports will become costly. Imports will become costly. ठीक है. Imports will become costly, inflation in India will increase. Then, so suppose if rupee depreciated a lot within a very small span of time, it becomes very volatile. It can impact our economy. So what RBI does? देखो, what was happening? Foreign investors were selling rupees here, demanding dollars and moving abroad. To negate that effect, RBI also participates in this market. RBI doesn't changes this rate, but RBI also as a market participant participates in this market and it starts selling dollars. It starts selling dollars. तो जब डॉलर का सप्लाई बढ़ता है, its value declines. फिर से ध्यान से सुनो आप. When foreign investors were moving abroad, they were selling rupees, demanding dollars. So they were demanding dollars, so dollar was appreciating. Now RBI does a counter action. RBI के पास dollars है. They start selling dollars here. So supply of dollar increases and dollar depreciates. If suppose Modi ji comes again May 2019, a lot of foreign investors will rush to India. They are coming with dollars. They will sell dollar, demand rupee. Rupee may appreciate a lot. It may come down to 60. Then it can impact our exporters. Then RBI, what it does, it starts buying dollars. It starts buying dollars. But RBI doesn't do this activity on a regular basis. RBI intervenes in this market rarely when the rupee dollar rate becomes highly volatile. When rupee and dollar rate becomes highly volatile, because it can impact the economy. If there is a slight change, RBI will not see. Suppose I give you a statement. So those central banks which intervene in the forex market to curb the volatility, these are called managed float, otherwise free float. So free float का example है US, managed float का example. So in case of India, RBI intervenes in the forex market, but US central bank never intervenes in the market. ठीक है. So suppose I give you a statement, आपको बताना है whether it is true or false. ठीक है. RBI tries to keep the rupee and dollar rate. RBI tries to keep the rupee and dollar rate in a certain band. True or false? How? फिर से सुन लो question. RBI tries to keep the rupee dollar rate in a certain band. Band मतलब $1 जो रुपीज 65 to 75, ये एक बैंड हो गया. जैसे इन्फ्लेशन का एक रेंज हमने सोचा वैसे ही. So RBI tries to keep the rupee dollar rate in a certain band. How many of you think that this statement is true? And how many of you think it is false? देखो suppose आज है $1 equal to ₹70. Slowly with time, if this starts appreciating and after 10 years it moves to 60 or after 10 years it moves to 80, RBI will never intervene in the market. When it becomes highly volatile, then only it intervenes. RBI has not set any range. कोई decided ये नहीं कि हमको इतना में रखना, नहीं. If with time we start becoming more efficient and slowly it starts appreciating, RBI will not. If it becomes highly volatile within a very small span of time, then RBI intervenes. So there is no band as such. किसकी? वोलाटिलिटी की भी रेंज नहीं है. दैट आरबीआई हैज इट्स ओन डिस्क्रिशन. जैसे एक सेकेंड आज से 4 years बैक व्हेन ओनियन प्राइसेस मूव टू 90, याद है कुछ 90 टच. सो एट दैट टाइम गवर्नमेंट इंटरवीन्ड इन द मार्केट. डज गवर्नमेंट हैज डिसाइडेड एनी रेट फॉर दैट फॉर इंटरवीनिंग? वो गवर्नमेंट उस इंस्टेंट पे देखती है कि ज्यादा है या कम है, नहीं. सो वैसे आरबीआई हैज नॉट डिसाइडेड एनी पर्टिकुलर कि इस रेंज पे जाएगा. भाई स्लोली इट स्टार्टेड मूविंग टू अप्रिशिएट करने लगा तो आरबीआई विल नॉट डू दैट. बट आज में 70 है एंड टुडे इट मूव टू 77 76, देन आरबीआई विल इंटरव्यू. हाँ, मैनेज्ड means even if RBI is intervening in the market, is RBI changing the rate or is RBI controlling the rate? nahi. RBI is not fixing the rate. RBI, when it is intervening in the market, RBI also acts as a market participant and does a counter action rather than fixing that rate. जैसे फॉर एग्जाम्पल ओनियन का प्राइसेस 90 मूव. अभी ओनियन का प्राइस कौन डिसाइड करता है, मार्केट और गवर्नमेंट? मार्केट. इफ इट मूव टू 90 एंड गवर्नमेंट स्टार्टेड इंपोर्टिंग एंड सप्लाइंग इन द मार्केट, क्या बोलोगे कि गवर्नमेंट ने फिक्स कर दिया है प्राइस? नहीं, गवर्नमेंट काउंटर एक्शन कर टू प्रोटेक्ट द पब्लिक. ठीक है, और किसी को डाउट? देखो बेटर तो आपकी आइडियोलॉजी पे डिपेंड करता है. मेरी आइडियोलॉजी से फ्री अच्छा राइट, इन दोनों में आप पूछ रहे हो. सी राइट नाउ जो इंडिया की सिचुएशन, अभी बहुत सारी चीजें आप आगे पढ़ोगे जो वेरिएबल्स हैं. वी कैन नॉट मूव टू फ्री फ्लोट राइट नाउ. क्यों? ये थोड़ा सा और टॉपिक पढ़ लो तब आप समझोगे. सपोज फ्री फ्लोट अलाउ किया एंड रूपी डिप्रिसिएटेड अलॉट, तो हमारे यहाँ बहुत ज्यादा इंपैक्ट पड़ सकता है. We are not that much strong in terms of our various macroeconomic parameters. Instability आ सकती है. So अभी चलने दो ऐसे. After some time we may move it to. Why most of the world trade happens in dollars? More acceptable. और कोई? मतलब चाइना लार्जेस्ट हो जाएगा तो चाइना का एक्सेप्ट करोगे आप? मोस्ट ट्रस्टेड इकोनॉमी. मोस्ट ट्रस्टेड इकोनॉमी इन द सेंस क्या स्टेबल है इकोनॉमी? इन्फ्लेशन तो जापान का भी 0%. नाउ दैट इज देयर इज नो गारंटी. अब क्यों ऐसा है? स्टिल डॉलर इज मोस्ट एक्सेप्टेबल. व्हाई? मोर अमाउंट ऑफ नहीं. और कोई? Asset backup.
So when the world economy starts, that this plays a major role to decide what type of currency is in the market.
He said trust. आपने बोला ना ट्रस्ट एक्सेप्टेबिलिटी. कैसा ट्रस्ट? देखो देखो एक सेकंड, तो इंडिया पावरफुल हो जाएगा तो रूपी एक्सेप्ट हो जाएगा।
In case of war, there is surety that US will be there.
चलो चलो ठीक है, सुन लो। मैं ऐसे आपका मतलब समझना चाहता हूँ कि आप क्या सोचते हो, कैसे, देन ऑन टॉप ऑफ इट वी कैन डिस्कस, है ना। मैं जब आपसे पूछता हूँ तो ये मैं नहीं जानना चाहता कि आप सही बता रहे हो या गलत बता रहे हो, उससे मुझे फर्क नहीं पड़ता है सर। आई जस्ट वांट टू नो कि व्हाट डू यू थिंक, इन विच डायरेक्शन यू थिंक, कि कहाँ से फिर मैं स्टार्ट करूँ, समझ रहे हो ना। देखो अनटिल आई नो कि आप क्या समझते हो। देखो मैं अपने इंटरेस्ट से ना जॉब छोड़ के यहाँ पे आया, है ना, किसी ने फोर्स तो किया नहीं, फोर्स लोग कह रहे थे कि मत छोड़ो, तो मैं अपने इंटरेस्ट से आया हूँ। सो इसलिए इफ़ आई डोंट नो कि आप समझ रहे या नहीं समझ रहे, तो मैं ऐसा नहीं कि आप बैठे रहो मैं पढ़ा के चला जाऊँगा, ऐसा मेरे साथ नहीं पॉसिबल है। बिकॉज आई लव टीचिंग, तो मुझे जानने का मन करता है कि आप लोग क्या सोचते हो और किस डायरेक्शन में सोचते हो। तो मैं समझ गया कि आप क्या सोच रहे हो, चलो अब पढ़ लेते हैं थोड़ा। हाँ ये सब नहीं, देखो आप सुन, आपका ये पहला वाला आंसर कुछ हद तक ट्रू है। लेट्स डिस्कस। सपोज इंडिया इज ट्रेडिंग विथ पाकिस्तान, इंडिया इज ट्रेडिंग विथ पाकिस्तान, इंडिया एक्सपोर्टेड समथिंग टू पाकिस्तान एंड पाकिस्तान पेड अस इन पाकिस्तानी रुपीज, इन पाकिस्तानी रुपीज। वो आपको कॉन्सेप्ट क्लियर है ना कि मनी सप्लाई चेजिंग द आउटपुट, है ना। इफ आउटपुट रिमेन्स कांस्टेंट, मनी सप्लाई इंक्रीजेज, इन्फ्लेशन विल इंक्रीज। इफ मनी सप्लाई रिमेन्स कांस्टेंट, आउटपुट डिक्रीजेज, इन्फ्लेशन विल इंक्रीज होगा ना। आप लोग इंक्रीज डिक्रीज बोलते हैं ना, वाइब्रेट करते आवाज ना, वो पता नहीं चलता एक्चुअली। सो लेट मी आस्क यू, आउटपुट सेम, आउट money supply increased, money supply increased, output remained same, inflation will increase करेगा। money supply same, money supply constant, output decreased। how, मुझे पूछने दो, money supply constant, output decreased, how many of you think that inflation will increase? चलो गुड, समझ रहे हो आप लोग। सो कीपिंग दिस कॉन्सेप्ट इन माइंड, वो समझते हैं कि ट्रेड डॉलर में क्यों होता। नाउ सपोज इंडिया एक्सपोर्टेड समथिंग टू पाकिस्तान एंड पाकिस्तान पेड अस इन पाकिस्तानी रुपीज, ठीक है, एंड वी एक्सेप्टेड पाकिस्तानी रुपीज, वी एक्सेप्टेड पाकिस्तानी रुपीज 1 बिलियन पाकिस्तानी रुपी, ठीक है। नाउ वी आर होल्डिंग दैट 1 बिलियन पाकिस्तानी रूपी, एकदम फुल कॉन्सेंट्रेट करके समझना। वी आर होल्डिंग दैट 1 बिलियन पाकिस्तानी रूपी एंड वी आर हैप्पी अबाउट इट। व्हाई? बिकॉज वेन एवर वी वॉन्ट वी कैन परचेज द गुड्स एंड सर्विसेज फ्रॉम पाकिस्तान बाई पेइंग 1 बिलियन पाकिस्तानी। वेन वी आर होल्डिंग दिस 1 बिलियन पाकिस्तानी रूपी, वी नो दैट कि हाउ मच गुड्स वी कैन परचेज फ्रॉम पाकिस्तान। पता है नहीं पता है भाई? वी नो द price in Pakistan of various commodities. We are holding 1 billion Pakistani rupees, so we know that ki this much of goods and services we can purchase, right? So we are holding 1 billion Pakistani rupees. Now what happened? Pakistan में कुछ तो होता ही रहता है। Pakistan government had some shortage of funds, and Mr. Imran Khan printed the money supply doubled. He doubled the money supply. Pakistan had certain price level, because in Pakistan there was Pakistani rupees and output, rupee changing out. Now Pakistan Prime Minister doubled the money supply. Output remains same. Pakistan government doubled the money supply. Inflation will double, and the Pakistani rupee that we are holding, the value becomes half. The value becomes half. Now we don't trust that Pakistan will not do such an activity. So we don't want to hold this currency. By कोई भी country, when we are holding a currency, कोई currency, when we are holding any currency, why we are holding that thing? So that when we want, we can purchase some. By currencies क्या होता है? You purchase some output. Now here if we hold Pakistan currency, we don't trust that will this be stable or it will lose value. We are holding this 1 billion Pakistani currency. Some country attacked Pakistan. Right now Pakistan have some money supply, some output. Some country attacked Pakistan, output destroyed. Money supply is same, output became half. Price will double. Money supply remained constant, output destroyed. Price will increase. And the Pakistani rupee that we are holding, value decrease. We don't trust that कि no one will attack Pakistan. Of course, we don't trust that. So that's why we don't want to hold Pakistani currency. This trust is there with US currency. US is following a very transparent economic policy since last 100 years. US is following a very transparent economic policy, monetary policy. US is militarily strong. We know that no one will attack US except North Korea or something. So we trust this thing that US currency will not lose value. Will not lose value मतलब US government रात में print करना नहीं शुरू करेगी. Nobody will attack US to destroy the output. We trust that. So it's all based on trust. Our trust have also started increasing on pound and euro. So to a certain extent we accept that currency also. So it's all about the trust of that currency, that currency will not lose value. किसी का अभी कुछ कर लो तब तो ट्रस्ट बिल्डअप होगा इंडिया. सो दैट ट्रस्ट इज नॉट विथ पाकिस्तान, दैट ट्रस्ट इज मोर विथ डॉलर. तो हम लोग डॉलर ज्यादा, भाई यूरो में भी ट्रेड होता है कुछ. सो सम ट्रस्ट वी हैव बिल्ट अप विथ यूरो. सो इट्स ऑल अबाउट ट्रस्ट. एंड मोस्ट ऑफ द कंट्रीज ट्रस्ट दैट डॉलर विल नॉट लूज वैल्यू. भाई आप समझो 5 years बैक इन इंडिया यूपीए लास्ट 2 years, यूपीए लास्ट 2 years. थोड़ा पॉलिटिक्स में भी इंटरेस्ट दिखाना जब यू आर अंडरस्टैंडिंग इकोनॉमी. लास्ट 2 years यूपीए का इन्फ्लेशन वॉज 12%. इन्फ्लेशन 12%. नाउ इफ समवन इज होल्डिंग इंडियन करेंसी, हर साल 12% तो ऐसे ही वैल्यू डिक्लाइन हो गई. So forget about these two incidents that I told. Even if a country has 15% inflation, will you hold that currency? No. वेनेजुएला का कोई करेंसी रखा था वहाँ पे 200% कितना इन्फ्लेशन. So we want to hold that currency which is stable. Now the currency will be stable if the country's economy is stable, if the country is militarily more powerful. क्योंकि economy is dependent on government and military also. ना अगर economy ठीक है अच्छी है, but if you are not very strong as such, anyone can attack. मान लो नेपाल की इकोनॉमी सही चल रही है, 10% पे ग्रो कर, यू एक्सेप्टेड नेपाल करेंसी. कल चाइना अटैक करता, कोई अटैक कर देता. सो इट्स ऑल अबाउट ट्रस्ट. वी ट्रस्ट दैट कि यूएस में इन्फ्लेशन 1%, ठीक. सो दैट्स व्हाई वी एक्सेप्ट यूएस करेंसी. सो इफ आफ्टर 20 years there is more trust on India, then people will start accepting Indian currency also. अब ध्यान से सुनो एक चीज. So it's all about not losing this value. Now suppose, ध्यान सुनाओ, we are exporting something to China और चाइना से हम लोग डॉलर एक्सेप्ट करते हैं, राइट? चाइना से हम लोग डॉलर एक्सेप्ट करते हैं, we don't trust Chinese currency. Suppose we are doing $1 billion trade and China is giving us yuan, Chinese currency. We say to China that we can accept Chinese currency if you stop supporting Pakistan. If China commits that they will not support Pakistan, can India accept? Do you think that India will accept 1 billion Chinese currency? Yes, of course. क्यों नहीं? आप समझो. What India is losing? Maximum 1 billion yuan currency. यही lose कर रहा है ना? But what we are gaining? A lot. Why Iran accepted Indian currency? Accept कर रहा है ना अभी? Trail period. No one is purchasing. So it's all basically a bargain. It's all basically a bargain. भाई आप समझो ना, पाकिस्तान, सपोज पाकिस्तान सेज कि प्लीज एक्सेप्ट माई करेंसी, वी से दैट कि ठीक है टिल 1 बिलियन 2 बिलियन वी विल एक्सेप्ट योर करेंसी, डोंट इंटरफियर इन कश्मीर, विल वी एक्सेप्ट? कर लेंगे। हम लोग का लूज क्या होगा? दैट करेंसी विल लूज, ठीक है 2 बिलियन पाकिस्तानी रुपीज तो वैसे ही कश्मीर में एवरी ईयर इट इज गोइंग, so we can accept that. So it's all about a bargain ki what we are losing and what we are gaining. Now nobody was, because of US sanctions, countries stopped importing oil from Iran. India benefited from this situation. India got this opportunity and bargained from Iran. भाई हम लोग भी नहीं लेंगे, अगर चाहते हो कि we import तो accept our currency. समझ गए? हाँ, राइट। राइट, हम क्या करेंगे? राइट, तो चाइनीज करेंसी नो अदर कंट्रीज एक्सेप्टेड। हाँ, तो वो तो ठीक है। I just took an example that whatever we are holding, accepting currencies, it is all about कि what we will lose and what we will gain. Bargaining है। हाँ, क्या क्या फिर से बोलो। हाँ हाँ, ठीक है। अवेलेबल नहीं मिले कि इंडिया को नहीं मिलेगा। इंडिया के पास जो डॉलर्स है उसका यूज करेंगे। क्या आप जानना क्या चाहते हो बताओ भाई? वी हैव $400 बिलियन फॉरेक्स रिजर्व, ठीक है। वी हैव $400 बिलियन फॉरेक्स रिजर्व। वॉट एवर ट्रेड वी नीड टू डू, वी कैन डू विद दैट अमाउंट ओनली। इफ यू विल गो इन द मार्केट टू परचेज डॉलर्स बाय सेलिंग रुपीज, रुपी विल स्टार्ट डेप्रिसिएटिंग। उसका और इम्पैक्ट है, जब आप करेंसी से आप आगे पढ़ोगे तब समझ जाओगे उस तरीके से कि क्या यूज हो सकता है। सो international trade में we are accepting dollars just because of the trust. There is no international agency which says that कि only this currency should be used. ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं। Any country is free to accept any other country's currency. No international agency says that you have to use only this thing. Every country is free to accept any other. So it's all about trust. ठीक है? वो बास्केट ऑफ करेंसी से तो कंफ्यूजन नहीं है ना? देयर इज अ बास्केट ऑफ करेंसी, सुने होंगे। सिक्योरिटीज, अच्छा, ये जो गवर्नमेंट आरबीआई इशूड द करेंसी, इट इज कॉल्ड फिएट करेंसी। फिएट मींस बाय गवर्नमेंट्स ऑर्डर, ठीक है, बाय गवर्नमेंट्स ऑर्डर, एंड इट इज आल्सो कॉल्ड लीगल टेंडर। रूपी नोट है, इट्स अ लीगल टेंडर मींस फॉर ऑल काइंड्स ऑफ ट्रांजैक्शंस रूपी नोट यू आर बाउंड टू एक्सेप्ट, एनी अदर थिंग यू कैन डिनाई, बट रूपी इज द लीगल टेंडर। देखो व्हाट हैपेंस, you can do transaction in India with anything with barter, but government has legalized a particular instrument which you can't deny. जैसे you took admission in SR Private Limited, rather than paying currency note, you said कि हमारे पास 1000 books हैं, you take this and get me admitted here. That person he may deny, ठीक है। तो आप बुक दे रहे हो तो he can deny, but when you are giving rupee note he can't deny, because government has said that rupee note is legal tender, that means no one can deny transaction in rupee note. The rest, it is totally between the two parties whether they want to accept or not. So rupee note is legal tender. ठीक है? Securities. We are talking about financial securities, not the physical security. So financial securities. क्या समझते हो? Any example? Shares, bonds, securities. चलो ठीक है. I deposited 1 lakh rupees in my bank account. Security है? Why no? So your money is not security. Someone else's money. Because it is in यार लिक्विड बहुत आप लोग को यूज करने का मन करता है. हाँ, लिक्विडिटी से बहुत प्यार है आप लोग को. तो 1 lakh rupees I deposited in my account, is it security or not? एक पेपर दो. देखो, I deposited 1 lakh rupees in my account and what I got, a paper receipt. इस receipt पे लिखा है that Vivek deposited rupees 1 lakh for 5 years at 10% interest. So I got a FD, fixed deposit receipt paper. Now this paper will give me return in future. मतलब इसके basis पे I will get interest and principal back in future, right? Can I sell this FD paper to you or not? In India, it is not allowed. Not allowed. I cannot sell this FD paper to you. No. Not allowed. Allowed नहीं है. आप जो कर रहे हो आगे की चीज़ अभी हम लोग बात करेंगे उस पर. If you have done an FD, you got an FD paper, the sale of this FD paper by you guys is not allowed. ठीक. Securities का definition लिखो. A financial instrument in bracket a receipt or a piece of paper, bracket close. A financial instrument which promises return in future, and which is tradable is called a security. A financial instrument which promises return in future and which is tradable is called a security. तो देखो ये जो FD receipt है मेरे पास, piece of paper है. Now this piece of paper, it is giving me return in future. It will give me return in future, but I can't sell this paper. If the sale of this paper is allowed, then this paper will be called a security. ठीक है? तो FD paper is not a security. So securities has two characteristics. It should give return. Return मतलब कुछ पैसा आपको मिलेगा. It should give return in future, and the second is it should be tradable. You should be allowed to buy and sell that. That will be called a security. अब आप अपना पेन और पेपर रख दो और थोड़ा देर अच्छे से समझ लो, and then I will give you time to write. 5 years back, I went to Registrar of Companies, Delhi, and I got my company registered ABC Private Limited. ठीक है? This is Vivek. So I got this company registered. I got an account opened for this company. This company belongs to which sector? Private sector. Vivek belongs to which sector? Household sector. ठीक. So Vivek household sector, company private sector. This is the account statement of the company. But Vivek, so I got this company's account opened in which bank?
Bank of America.
Axis Bank. So I got this account opened, but till now there is no money in this company's account. So Vivek and company. Vivek household sector, company private sector. Now Vivek is the owner of this company. So to start with, Vivek initially gave some money to the company. ठीक है? So suppose Vivek gave 1 crore cash to the company. So if Vivek is giving some cash to the company, what the company will give to Vivek? Profit तो जब होगा तब ना, हुआ ही नहीं 5 साल में profit. Vivek gave 1 crore cash to the company and the company gave ownership document to Vivek. ठीक? Company gave ownership document to Vivek. That ownership document which Vivek got, it is asset or liability for Vivek? Asset. And that ownership document is liability for the company. अब company को भी you try to understand it as an object. It is also, it's a passive object, he is an active object. So Vivek gave cash. Now this transaction cannot be free, so company gave a ownership document. Now that cash which company got, it is asset or liability for the company? How many of you think कि the cash for the company is asset? अरे जो मैं पूछ रहा हूँ बताओ ना, शेयर पे मैंने अभी तक शेयर वर्ड यूज किया क्या? मैंने पूछा क्या शेयर, मैंने तो मुझे पता ही नहीं शेयर क्या होता है. Vivek gave cash to the company. That cash is asset or liability for the company? How many of you think कि cash is asset for the company? आपके पास जो पॉकेट में कैश है, इट इज एसेट और लायबिलिटी? एसेट. देखो कैश किसी के लिए भी एसेट है, समझो. विवेक गेव कैश एंड द कंपनी गेव डॉक्यूमेंट. दैट डॉक्यूमेंट इज लायबिलिटी फॉर द कंपनी बट द कैश इज एसेट फॉर द कंपनी. विद दिस कैश कंपनी कैन डू एनीथिंग वॉट एवर इट वॉन्ट्स. तो कैश एसेट है, उस कैश के रिटर्न में वॉट एवर द स्लिप गवर्नमेंट गेव, वॉट एवर द स्लिप द कंपनी गेव, दैट इज लायबिलिटी. जैसे यू गेव कैश टू द बैंक एंड बैंक गेव यू एफडी रिसिप्ट. कैश बैंक के लिए क्या है? एसेट है, एंड द रिसिप्ट एफडी रिसिप्ट लायबिलिटी. समझ गए? सो कैश 1 crore एसेट, right? And company gave an ownership document to Vivek. That ownership document is liability for the company. That ownership document is liability for the company because whenever this Vivek will show the ownership document, the company will have to give this cash back. देखो ये समझ लो, इसका यूज आगे आएगा. Like Vivek is giving cash and company is giving a document in return of that cash. ठीक है? So that document is liability for the company. The company will represent that liability in its account statement. Owner's money. जो डॉक्यूमेंट है ना, उसी को कंपनी रोट ओनर्स मनी, मीन्स ओनर हैज गिवन 1 crore टू द कंपनी. कंपनी ने स्टेटमेंट लिख लिया. when Vivek will ask his money back, company will give this money and erase this statement. That document is acting as a liability for the company. उस डॉक्यूमेंट को company has written in this form, owner has given 1 crore money. ठीक है? So what Vivek got is 1 ownership document जिसकी वैल्यू है 1 crore and it is equivalent to 100% ownership, क्योंकि विवेक इज द ओनली ओनर. तो जो डॉक्यूमेंट विवेक ने दिया है, जो डॉक्यूमेंट कंपनी ने दिया है, उस डॉक्यूमेंट को कंपनी हैज रिटन इन दिस लैंग्वेज, ओनर हैज गिवन 1 crore. क्लियर? समझ रहे हो? नाउ दिस कंपनी कैन डू एनीथिंग विद दिस कैश. सो कंपनी परचेज अ बिल्डिंग. कंपनी परचेज अ बिल्डिंग. दिस now this company wants more money to grow. So company asks money from Vivek and always keep the owner outside the company. This company asked more money from Vivek, but Vivek said that I don't have any money. So this company, अरे बहुत खटखट कर रहे हैं भाई, थोड़ा सा आवाज कम करो. So this company, Vivek said that I don't have money, company wants to grow, so company reached to bank. So company went to bank and it asked 2 crore loan. So bank manager gave 2 crore loan to company, cash. What company gave to bank manager? Loan document. Company gave loan document to the bank manager. So bank manager gave cash. Cash is asset or liability for the company? Asset. What company gave? Loan document. That loan document is liability for the डिसाइड कर लो, सुन लो ध्यान से. बैंक गेव कैश एंड कंपनी गेव लोन डॉक्यूमेंट. कंपनी गेव लोन डॉक्यूमेंट. कैश इज एसेट फॉर द कंपनी एंड डॉक्यूमेंट इज लाइबिलिटी फॉर द कंपनी. वो जो लोन डॉक्यूमेंट है दैट इज एसेट फॉर द बैंक, बिकॉज व्हेन बैंक विल शो द लोन डॉक्यूमेंट कंपनी विल हैव टू रिटर्न द मनी. तो लोन डॉक्यूमेंट बैंक के लिए क्या है? एसेट है, और कंपनी के लिए लायबिलिटी. सो द लोन डॉक्यूमेंट विच द कंपनी साइंड एंड गेव इट टू द बैंक, कंपनी विल राइट हियर that loan document is a liability ना, तो company will represent in its account book that loan to. ठीक है? Clear? हाँ, I told that in exchange of cash. Right. For whom? See, I am saying, see here, I took 100 rupees from you. I borrowed 100 rupees from you and I gave you a paper slip and I have written, I have borrowed 100 rupees from you. That paper slip is asset or liability for you? For you, yes. Of course, asset होगा ना? Exactly. You gave cash and if this paper is also liability, why will you give this cash? Cash भी चला गया, liability भी आ गई, मिला क्या आपको? So if you are giving me cash, I am signing a paper and giving it to you. Based on that paper, you will get your money back, na? That paper is asset for you, and for me, it is liability, because when you show that, I will have to give that money. Now this company was growing. This company wanted more money. This company wanted more money. So bank manager said that I don't have now money. So what this company did, this company, अच्छा इससे दूसरी बिल्डिंग खरीद ली, उधर है ना मेट्रो पिलर. So this company, bank said that I don't have money. This company now reached to all UPSC aspirants that you guys give money. Now, so this company reached to you guys, but company understands that you are preparing for UPSC, you don't have enough money, and company wanted 1 crore, so it reached to 1 lakh UPSC aspirants and asked rupees 100 each. 1 lakh UPSC aspirants all gave 100 rupees, 1 crore. So you all gave 100 rupees, company got 1 crore cash. Cash se building lage, theek hai. Company got 1 crore cash. So company will be giving you some proof slip to 1 lakh students. So all those slips are liability for the company, and the liability is equivalent to 1 crore. So you all gave 100 rupees each, 1 lakh students, and the company gave you slip. What slip it gave it to you? ABC Private Limited. ठीक है, ABC Private Limited का एक्चुअल नाम क्या था? विवेक तो यार ह्यूमन बीइंग है. चलो ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं. इधर देखो, ABC Private Limited, rupees 100. This slip who has got? You guys have got this slip. Company has issued this slip. ABC Private Limited, rupees 100 for 5 years at 10%. 10% means company will be giving you 10%. Why you gave money to the company? Because bank was giving interest 9%. So if you would have kept 100 rupees in bank, you would have got 9%. You have kept money with company, company is giving you 10%. That's why you kept money with the company. And you got all these slips. Now after 6 months, and this slip is liability for the company. Now after 6 months, bank increased the interest rate to 12%. Now you are thinking that, यार ये तो loss हो गया, है ना? Because if you would have kept, now if you have money, you can keep in 12% in bank. So what is the option left with you? So आप sell करोगे, right? So आप मुझे sell करोगे, मैं क्यों purchase करूँगा?
I will sell it to some other guy in secondary market or somewhere else.
तो कोई और, जैसे आप इनको sell करो, तो ये क्यों purchase करेंगे?
So she will get 9% or I'll means in 90 or 95 rupees.
So you will sell not at this rate but at a lesser price. So suppose you sold at rupees 80. So you sold to me, I gave you rupees 80. I gave you rupees 80. How many rupees I will be getting from the company every year? Now company will pay this interest to me because I am holding this slip. How many rupees I will get? Rupees 10. Whoever will be holding this slip, company will be giving 10% of this. So I will get rupees 10. Now my return is 12.5%. 80 rupees के slip पे I got in 80 rupees and I am getting rupees 10. So my return is 12.5%. मेरे लिए क्या return है? I got the slip in 80 rupees and I am getting every year 10 rupees. So my return is 12.5. If I would have kept this 80 rupees in bank, I would have got 12%. But here I am getting 12.5%. That's why I purchased the slip from him rather than keeping in bank. समझ रहे हो? Why you will, तो मैं क्यों खरीदा ये तो मैंने बता दिया. Why you sold at a loss of rupees, मतलब 80 rupees में क्यों sell किया आप? Because you are losing. You are losing. You sold because you think that if this further increases, nobody will purchase even at 80. That's why you sold. You thought that if it will further in future move up, nobody will purchase even in 80. That's why you sold. So all those people who will think like that, they will sell this slip. ठीक है? These slips are called bonds. These slips are called bonds. Is bond a security? Yes. Based on that slip, you are getting interest and principal, and you can buy and sell that slip in the market. That's why the bonds are securities. When market interest rate moves up, bond prices goes down. When it will go down, bond price. Suppose that after some time bank reduce the interest rate to 7%, will you sell in 100 rupees? No, you will demand more. Because those who are holding the slip, they will get 10%, bank is paying 7%, so he will charge 120, 130. So bond price depends on market interest rate. If market interest rate moves up, bond price goes down. अभी तक जितना बनाया आप जल्दी से लिख लो इसको.
प्राइवेट लिमिटेड तो 200 कस्टमर से ज़्यादा को बॉन्ड तो सेल ही नहीं कर सकता.
आएंगे उस पे आएंगे तो कन्वर्ट कर देते हैं पब्लिक लिमिटेड. मार्केट इंटरेस्ट रेट का बॉन्ड के साथ हाँ हाँ देखो ना क्या हो रहा है यहाँ डिक्रीज हो रहा है. इफ बैंक इंक्रीज फ्रॉम 9% to 12%, बॉन्ड का प्राइस क्या हो गया? डिक्रीज हुआ ना. तो कितने लोगों को समझ में आ गया? तो अभी तो आप पूछ ही रहे हो कहाँ समझ में आया आपको. इसीलिए टीचर को पता नहीं चलता, सब लोग हाथ उठा देते हो. रिमूव. When bank increase the interest rate from 9% to 12%, how much interest you are getting when you are holding the slip? 10%. Now you are thinking that if I would have money, I would have kept at 12%. So you want to sell the slip and deposit money in bank? This price is called face value. This price is called market price. This is called interest rate or coupon rate. This is called yield. So if bank will increase the interest rate, market price will decrease, yield will increase. समझ में आ रहा है? नहीं आ रहा? पूछते क्यों नहीं हो? हाँ? आप आराम से पूछोगे बाद में. ये 2.5 घंटा यहाँ क्यों बर्बाद कर रहे हो? पहले ही हमने एक एडवाइस दी थी कि बुक नहीं ओपन करना क्लास में. देखो एक तो पहले ही डिक्टेट बहुत कम कराते हैं, थोड़ा बहुत डिक्टेट कराते हैं तो लिख लिया. तो ये बुक खोल के बैठे इसलिए नहीं समझ में आ रहा है. यूटिलाइजेशन एफिशिएंट यूटिलाइजेशन ऑफ रिसोर्सेज इज डूइंग कि लिखा हुआ तो फिर क्यों दोबारा लिखा. क्या नहीं समझ में आया बताओ. So company went to 1 lakh people, it asked 100 rupees each, and company promised 10% interest. Why 10%? Bank was offering 9%, so you will not give money to company at 9%. So company offered 10%. You gave 100 rupees and company gave you slip. उस slip पे क्या लिखा है? ABC Private Limited. अच्छा, ऑनेस्टली एक आंसर कर सकते हो? हाँ, सही से बता दो किसको किसको समझ में नहीं आया था ये बॉन्ड का कॉन्सेप्ट. 1 2 3. ABC, तो you gave money 100 rupees, so company should give you a proof, na? So on that proof, what it has written, ABC Private Limited, rupees 100 for 5 years at interest rate 10%. So that's why you are motivated and gave it money to the company, and you got this slip. Bank में interest rate 9% and for you the interest rate is 10%. Now bank का interest rate change होता है ना? So after some time bank increase the interest rate to 12%. Now you are thinking कि यार अगर slip नहीं purchase करते तो I could have put money at 12%. So what now you thought कि let's sell this slip. Let's sell this slip. So you said कि sir please purchase कर लो 100 rupees में. Why I will purchase in 100 rupees? I can also put 100 rupees at 12%. आप मुझे 100 रुपीज में सेल करोगे, विल आई परचेज दिस थिंग? नहीं, बिकॉज इस स्लिप पे 10% इंटरेस्ट मिल रहा है. आई कैन पुट इट एट 12%, सो आई विल नॉट परचेज 100 रुपीज. सो यू सेड कि सर थोड़ा कम पैसे में परचेज. एट व्हाट प्राइस? आई सेड कि ठीक, आई विल परचेज बट आई विल पे रुपीज 80. इफ आई पेड यू रुपीज 80, आई गॉट दिस स्लिप. सो एवरी ईयर हाउ मेनी रुपीज आई विल गेट? जो इस पे पंप. सो कंपनी विल पे 10% ऑफ 100 टू मी. Whoever will be holding the slip, company will be paying 10% of this. So I will get how many rupees every year? 10. तो 80 रुपया में मैंने स्लिप खरीदा एंड आई एम गेटिंग रुपीज 10 एवरी ईयर. तो मेरा रिटर्न 12.5%. ये डिवाइड करोगे तो आएगा इंटू 100. ठीक है, 10/80 12.5. अगर 80 रुपीज में बैंक में रखता तो मुझे इंटरेस्ट कितना मिलता? 12%. मैंने स्लिप परचेज किया, आई एम गेटिंग 12.5. 80 रुपीज में बैंक में रखता, आई वुड हैव गॉट 9.6 every year. Here I am getting 10 rupees every year. So market rate increase होता है, bond price decreased. If it moves to 14%, I will not purchase in 80, I will purchase in 70, 60. If bank reduces the interest rate to 7%, everyone would like to purchase this slip, क्योंकि बैंक में 7%, यहाँ पे 10%. So then you will not sell in 100 rupees, you will sell it 110, 120. This जो return है, this is called yield. This is called interest rate. This is called market price. This is called issue price or face value. ठीक है? टाइम पीरियड तो मैच्योरिटी कितना है? ठीक है, लिख लिए? थोड़ा लिख लिया करो. देखो, रीडिंग, राइटिंग एंड टीचिंग तीनों कंबाइंड होता है तो बहुत ज्यादा इसका इम्पैक्ट पड़ता है. ट्रस्ट मी, मोस्ट ऑफ द टीचर्स जो समझाते हैं उनको जो नॉलेज एक्वायर हुआ है, इट्स जस्ट बाय स्पीकिंग दोज थिंग्स. हाँ, ओके. अच्छा, चलो कोई बात नहीं. सी आई वाज जस्ट थिंकिंग कि आपको ज्यादा समझ में आया. ठीक है, लिखने से थोड़ा सा और क्लैरिटी मिल जाती है. राइट? See, company gave you receipt, bond, company gave you bonds, right? Since you are holding that receipt, you will get interest principal. So that receipt is asset or liability for you? Right? That slip is asset for liability for you, bonds. asset, and the same slip is liability for the company because company needs to pay you. अगर उस रिसिप्ट को आप फाड़ के फेंक देते हो, company's liability will reduce. Company don't need to pay now. The currency note that you are holding, it is asset or liability for you? Asset. Liability for whom? RBI. So a particular instrument, it can be asset for someone, it can be liability for someone else. For कल से आप आगे बैठ जाना. You ask this question after the class. Securities India में बैंक नहीं, securities are tradable ना. I said FD is not a security. Securities are tradable. If a particular receipt has two characteristics, if you can get return in future, and if it is tradable, then it is called security. So FD, I said it is not security because second characteristic is not true. It is not tradable. Bonds are tradable. ठीक है. Now company is further growing. Company wants more money. Company wants more money. Since company is growing, company's profit is increasing, but all you bond holders will always get 10%. ठीक है. So since company is growing, so you wanted more return. So now you want to become owner. Now you want to become owner because then only you can get the profit. So company wanted money to grow and you wanted to become owner in the company. So now this time company reached to you and it said that please give us money. You said that okay, we will give money, but by giving this money we would like to become owner in the company. We will not get fixed interest rate. We want owners. We want to become owners in the company. ठीक है. So again you are UPSC aspirants. So company reached to 1 lakh UPSC aspirants. It asked rupees 100 each, 1 crore. But this time company gave you ownership document. Company gave you ownership document. So you all gave 1 crore to the company. ध्यान से इधर देखो आप. The value of this document which I was holding, कितना value था पहले? 1 crore. Vivek as an owner. Vivek as an owner had put 1 crore, so the value of the ownership document was 1 crore. Now you all gave combined 1 crore to the company. So the company has owner's fund 2 crore. Owner's fund 2 crore हो जाएगा ना? So you gave 1 crore, company purchased another building, and company must give you a proof, ownership document. So when you all gave 1 crore, the owner's fund in the company becomes 2 crore. Becomes 2 crore. So this ownership document, now the value will become 2 crore. Now, अब owner की value कितनी हो गई? 2 crore हो गई. This document represents 100% ownership of the company. Earlier, Vivek had invested 1 crore, Vivek had got this ownership document, 100% ownership, the value was 1 crore. Now, the time you gave 1 crore to the company, company's ownership value becomes 2 crore. The ownership document value is now 2 crore. Ownership document value is now 2 crore. And now you will also like to hold this document. Now, earlier I was holding, value was 1 crore. Now you gave 1 crore as an owner. So, owner document का value कितना हो गया? 2 crore. And you will also like to hold this document. I will also like to hold the document. You are 1 lakh guys. So, now ownership is 100%. 50% is owned by Vivek and 50% by 1 lakh student. So this ownership document, 100 is representing 100% ownership, value is 2 crore. So you will also like to hold this document. Okay. One Vivek, 1 lakh students. In how many pieces this document should be divided? 1 lakh. 1. So half कर दिए, half हम रखे, और बाकी half में 1 lakh pieces. But the problem is with that is there will be difference in my slip and your slip. So what I did is, इस document को I divided into 2 lakh pieces. 1 lakh piece I kept and 1 piece each you all kept. Now there is no difference between my piece and your piece. The value of each piece is 100. The value of each piece is now 100 rupees. So 2 crore is equivalent to 2 lakh pieces into rupees. These 2 lakh pieces are called shares. ठीक है? Now the owner's money in the company is 2 crore. The time you put 1 crore, the owner's money in the company is 2 crore. ठीक है, clear हो गया ये? So the share price depends on, अब ध्यान से इधर देखो आप, इधर कॉन्सेंट्रेट करो, लिख लेना बाद में आप. So this is 5 crore and this is also 5 crore, है ना? If the company pays these guys, suppose company sold these 2 buildings और इन दोनों का पैसा लौटा दिया, ठीक है? How many assets with the company? 2 crore. Company has 2 crore of assets. And who is owning the company? We all. We all. We have ownership document. We have ownership document, 2 lakh pieces. This 2 lakh pieces represents the ownership of this company whose assets are 2 crore. Whose assets are 2 crore. So 2 lakh pieces is basically representing the assets 2 crore. That is why the value of 1 piece is 100. By ये जो 2 lakh pieces we are holding, it is representing the ownership of this. If the value of these assets increase, the price of our document will increase, because that document is nothing, just it is the ownership of this piece of land. Suppose, so right now our share price is 100 rupees. Second day, a metro got constructed beside these 2 buildings and the value of these 2 buildings became, the share price will become 200. So the share price that you are holding, it is representing the assets of the company. If the assets value increase, share price increase. Earthquake आ गया and building collapsed. Share price 0. बचा क्या अब? So the share price, देखो basically that share document, what it is representing? It is representing the ownership of that. आपके पास एक लैंड का पेपर है, तो पेपर की वैल्यू, सपोज लैंड की वैल्यू 1 crore, तो पेपर की वैल्यू 1 crore. लैंड का प्राइस बढ़ेगा तो इस पेपर की वैल्यू. सो व्हेन यू आर होल्डिंग द शेयर्स, मतलब ओनरशिप, what you are owning, the assets of the company. If the price of assets increase, share price increase. So share price depends on, not exactly, अभी कुछ और बाकी है इसमें. So 1 crore, come back to this. So 2 crore assets हैं, owners money 2 crore. At this point of time, what is the share price? 100 rupees. आपको भी शेयर चाहिए लगता है इसमें. अच्छा, you told that the share price depends on profit. Do you really visualize this thing? देखो क्या होता है. 1st April 2018 the share price was 100 rupees. क्यों 100 है पता है? Because if after 1 year the company generated 2 crore cash profit, if after 1 year the company generated 2 crore profit, that 2 crore gets deposited in company's account. Company's assets 4 crore. The 2 lakh pieces value is 4 crore. So one piece value 200. So when the profits increases, that profit gets accumulated in company's account. ठीक है, which is basically assets of the company. So that share price increases. ठीक है, that share price, because that profit is basically now the asset of the company. And so the price of share doesn't exactly depend on the value of the asset, rather it depends on how much money those assets can generate in future. समझे? जैसे फॉर एग्जाम्पल SR प्राइवेट लिमिटेड, सम अदर प्राइवेट लिमिटेड, राइट नाउ बिकॉज ऑफ द एसेट्स कोई शेयर प्राइस है, और ABC प्राइवेट लिमिटेड का भी एक शेयर प्राइस, सेम एसेट्स सेम शेयर प्राइस. But if you think that SR Private Limited can generate more money in future, so you will be willing to pay higher price for this share. So it is not about the present assets only. It is not about the present value of assets only. If you understand that that asset can generate more money in future, you will be willing to pay more price for that share. So the share price depends on present assets also, but it also depends on how much money those assets can generate in future. ठीक है? Because समझो आप एक चीज और, रिलायंस इंडस्ट्रीज लिमिटेड, सपोज आज की डेट में एक शेयर प्राइस है 100 रुपीज. वाई 100 रुपीज? बिकॉज एसेट्स के अकॉर्डिंगली शेयर प्राइस 100 रुपीज. Now if Reliance owner gets arrested, share price क्या होता है? कम होता है. क्यों कम होता है? देखो right now suppose at this moment 430, share price 100 है. Why 100? क्योंकि assets जो हैं उसके accordingly value is 100. मुकेश कोई भी he got arrested, तो जैसे ही arrest हुआ within a moment, asset का value नहीं decline हुआ, asset is same. But now you understand that now that asset won't be able to generate money in future. So whatever that asset can generate money in future, that is also accommodated in the share price. वो share price में reflect हो जाता है. वो share price में reflect हो जाता है. 1st April 2018 share price suppose 100 था, this company का 100 था. 2 buildings. Now you know that this company is doing good, so profit will be calculated at the end of the quarter, at the end of the year. But 1st April onwards, 1st April price 100, if the company starts doing good business after 1 month, even if asset उतना ही दिख रहे हैं, but if the company is doing good business after 1 month, if someone asks you कि 100 में sell कर दो, आप नहीं दोगे, because you know that the company is doing good business, profit will come and it will be coming into account, asset will be more. So if someone is asking share after 1 month, you will calculate in your mind कि approximately 1 year में कितना होगा, तो at this instant how much you should charge, so you will sell at a higher price. We had applied for our company, we had applied MOEF clearance, Ministry of Environment and Forest clearance for our power plant. So we need to inform to the Bombay Stock Exchange all these things. So we had applied for MOEF clearance and share price was 100. Now I went to the ministry and ministry gave us a letter that your clearance has been rejected. The time I will inform to BSC, and I am bound to inform, share price goes down. Assets उतने ही हैं, because now the people will think that that power plant will not run, it will not generate money. और सेकेंड हैंड मार्केट में आप सेल करोगे इक्विपमेंट्स, यू विल नॉट गेट दैट वैल्यू, सो प्राइस डिक्लाइंस. सो बिफोर इन्फॉर्मिंग आई मे सेल माई ओन शेयर्स इन द कंपनी, ऐसा इलीगल. ठीक है. सो दैट्स वाई व्हेन ओनर्स गेट अरेस्टेड और समथिंग हैपेंस टू द प्रोजेक्ट, immediately asset price doesn't change, but the prospects how much money that assets will generate in future, that declines and share price comes down, because share price doesn't depend only on the present asset, it depends on how much money those assets will be able to generate in future. ठीक है. When company took loan from bank, company gave loan paper. That loan paper for the bank was asset or liability? Company took loan from bank manager and company signed a loan paper and gave it to the bank. That loan paper for bank asset था ना भाई, asset, because on that loan paper basis the bank will get interest and principal. So that loan paper was asset for the bank. Asset for the bank, because bank will receive interest and principal on that. Till the time bank receives interest or principal, bank says that ki their asset is performing. Till the time bank receives loan, interest or principal, based on that paper, bank manager says that ki their loan paper asset is performing. When the bank stops receiving interest or principal, bank says that ki my loan paper which was asset for me, it has become non-performing asset. तो वो loan paper NPA बनता है. They declare that loan paper which was an asset, they declare it non-performing asset. ठीक है. Now this आप लोग लिख लिए ना? When this company will be declared bankrupt, any company when it is declared bankrupt, हाँ? Not able to repay the, अच्छा और कोई? Liabilities are more than assets और कोई? मतलब मानोगे नहीं, लिक्विडिटी यूज करोगे ही करोगे. लिक्विडिटी रेशियो, ये क्या होता है लिक्विडिटी रेशियो? इसका लिक्विडिटी रेशियो कितना है? 1.1. कैसे कैलकुलेट करते हो? सीरियसली मुझे नहीं पता इसका कैसे लिक्विड, उसको लिक्विडिटी रेशियो नहीं बोलते. सुनो, so when a company is declared bankrupt, इंटरेस्ट देना बंद कर. देखो, 2 categories of people have put money into this company. 2 categories of people have put money into this company. This category, which by giving money they get fixed interest rate, and this category, by giving money they get profit or loss. So in any company, money can be put into 2 ways: at fixed interest rate or at profit or loss. When you put money at fixed interest rate, company gives you a paper which is called debt security. When you put money at profit or loss, company again gives you a paper which is called equity security. Securities are of 2 types. समझो उसके बाद लिखना. See, you are giving money to the company, so company must give you some document. When you give money to the company at fixed interest rate, company gives you a document. That document is called debt security. That document, piece of paper, is called debt security because you will get fixed interest rate plus you are allowed to sell. So when you give money at fixed interest rate, company gives you a document that is called debt security. When you give money to the company and company gives you a document security at profit or loss, that is called equity security, जिसको shares भी बोलते हैं. When you give money to the company at fixed interest rate, company gives you debt security and you are called creditor to the company. When you give money at fixed interest rate, company gives you a paper, that paper is called debt security. Be silent. That paper is called debt security. But you as a person who has given money at fixed interest rate, you will be called creditor to the company. When you give money at profit or loss, company gives you a paper, that paper is called equity security shares and you are called shareholders, owners. So there are two types of people who can put money into a company. There are two types of investors in the company. रुक जाओ 2 मिनट. When you say so, anyone can put money into company in two ways, either at fixed interest rate or at profit or loss. When he puts at fixed interest rate, it is called creditor. When he puts at profit or loss, it is called shareholder. So money can be put into a company, money can be invested in a company in two ways, either as debt or as equity. When we say कि Japan is investing in bullet train, Japan is investing in bullet train, इसका simple layman's language में क्या मतलब होता है? Japan is investing in bullet train means Japan is putting money in bullet train project. Now, when anyone is putting money in a project, he can put money in two ways, either at fixed interest rate or at profit or loss. So Japan is putting money in bullet train, investing money in bullet train as a creditor or as a equity holder. Creditor. Japan loan दे रहा है at a fixed interest. ठीक है. Now that money Japan is investing. Investment किस sense में? Because when whatever money Japan is giving at fixed interest rate, that money will be used to buy capital goods. So when someone says कि McD's is investing in India, इसका सिंपल मतलब होता है कि McD's is putting money in India. They can put money as a debt or as a equity, and with that money capital goods will be purchased and factories will be set up. So आज के बाद whenever you listen the word investment कि this person is investing, that company is investing, first question that should come in your mind कि whether they are investing at fixed interest or at profit or loss. ठीक है? So this is called debt and this is called equity. And the persons who got debt security, they are called creditors, and the person who got equity security, they are called shareholders. But question तो अभी भी वही रहा ना कि when a company is declared bankrupt, when the company is unable to pay its creditors, then the company is declared bankrupt. So when the company is unable to pay its creditors either interest or principal, then the company should be declared bankrupt. And when the company is declared bankrupt, क्या होता है? When the company is declared bankrupt, these assets are sold in the market. These assets are sold in the market. इस assets पे किसका claim है? इस assets पे दो लोगों का claim है भाई. These assets have been created by two class of investors, creditors and shareholders. Both have contributed in the creation of the assets. So though both have the claim on these assets. So when the company declared bankrupt, the assets are sold, but the first claim is creditors. So if this company is sold, अब company में केवल building ही तो होती नहीं है, equipment भी होता है. Equipment. Just one sec. So if the company is declared bankrupt, assets are sold. Suppose assets sale किए second hand market में, only 2.5 crore recovered. Who will get the money? They will get the money. But they will get the money. ठीक है. They have given 3 crore, they will be able to get just 2.5 crore. Rest 0.5 crore, can they recover from the owners by selling the owners personal properties or not? फिर से सुन लो, फिर से सुन लो, फिर से। अब हो गया? By which act? हाँ?
Something that he has kept the personal, then without going into the court, they can.
इधर देखो आप. So when the company is declared bankrupt, assets are sold, whatever money is generated, first they will get, if they got all the amount, if something is left, then they also get. But if they are not able to recover their amount, just in this case, they claim 3 crore, they got 2.5 crore. Can they sell the owner's personal properties? So why we are chasing Vijay Mallya? They personal properties of the owners can't be sold, but it depends. देखो, if the name of the company, अच्छा by the way, what does it, this word limited means? हर जगह सुनते हो, इसका क्या मतलब होता है? हाँ? तो वो कितनी लायबिलिटी है लिमिटेड? हाँ? Exactly. Limited means owners have put 2 crore money into the company. Their risk is limited by the money that they have put in. मतलब they can maximum lose 2 crore. Beyond that, no one can ask their personal property. So maximum how much they can risk? They can lose 2 crore. So their risks are limited by the money that they have put in. उसके बाद उनका पर्सनल घर कोई नहीं बेच सकता है, इसलिए मैम ने ये कंपनी फॉर्म करी. इफ यू हैव फॉर्म्ड अ पार्टनरशिप फर्म, then even your personal properties will be sold to pay their money. इसका मतलब ये होता है लिमिटेड का. ये आईबीसी कोड में पूछना तब बताएंगे. बट ऐसा कुछ है नहीं एम्प्लॉयज के लिए. देखो डिटेल इसके लिए बताना पड़ेगा, फिर वो प्रायोरिटी आईबीसी कोड में लोग डिस्कस करेंगे. समझ गए? व्हाट डज दैट प्राइवेट वर्ड मीन्स? पीवीटी. Right now this private has nothing to do with government or private thing. जैसे this is the company, जैसे suppose it is 100% owned by me. अभी आप लोग नहीं आए हो, it is 100% owned by me. If you want to purchase the shares of this company, क्या करोगे आप? You will go to Bombay Stock Exchange? नहीं. If this is 100% owned by me, इसमें shares purchase करना, what will you do? You will come to me. So you came to me and I gave you 10% shares. ठीक? So now we two are the owners. If she also wants ownership, we also gave her 10%. तो ऐसे कब तक चलेगा? Till 200 people. Till 200. So you all came and you all became owner. If more than 200 people want to become owner, then this company must be registered on the Bombay Stock Exchange or any stock exchange. Once it gets registered, then anyone can purchase shares from the stock exchange. So if it is owned totally by me, we say that right now ABC company is privately held by Vivek. If you will also become the owner, then it is said that this company is privately held by Vivek and you. So privately held कब तक हो सकता है? Maximum 200. After that, if more people want to become owner, this company must be registered. उसको बोलते हैं पब्लिकली लिस्टेड. वन कंपनी हो सकता है, वन मेंबर कंपनी, वन कंपनी मेंबर हो सकता है, पॉसिबल है. तो प्राइवेट का मतलब है just 2 minutes और टाइप्स ऑफ कंपनी. गवर्नमेंट एंड नहीं, जो अभी तक आप लोग प्राइवेट प्राइवेट करते आए हो उसको बोलते हैं नॉन गवर्नमेंट. सी, when government created NTPC, National Thermal Power Corporation, in 1960-70s, at that time NTPC was privately held by Government of India. Privately held by Government of India. Then after some time government got that company listed on stock exchange. जैसे Adani Enterprises, earlier it was Adani Enterprises Private Limited. Then once we registered this company on Bombay Stock Exchange, then this private word is erased. So it becomes publicly listed, this word is erased. हाँ, privately held. Privately held का मतलब होता है कि it is not available in general to the public in any market. Right now my company is privately held by me, मतलब publicly available नहीं है. If anyone has to purchase, they will have to come to me. So privately held कब तक हो सकता है? Maximum 200 people. उसके बाद if anyone wants to become owner, the company will have to be listed on stock exchange. So government means government ownership is more than 51%. Non-government means private individuals are owning more than 51%. Can a government company be privately held? Yes. जब भी गवर्नमेंट एक PSU क्रिएट करती है, एट दैट मोमेंट इट इज प्राइवेटली है. जब वो लिस्ट करती है, पब्लिकली हो जाता है. कोल इंडिया लिमिटेड वाज प्राइवेटली हेल्ड, और यहाँ पे प्राइवेट का मतलब होता है प्राइवेटली हेल्ड, हाउ मेनी पीपल आर ओनिंग इट. कोल इंडिया लिमिटेड बिकेम पब्लिकली लिस्टेड इन 2010. सो अ गवर्नमेंट कंपनी कैन बी privately held or publicly listed. This can also be privately held or इसका कोई एग्जाम्पल? अरे एसआर प्राइवेट लिमिटेड, एसआर प्राइवेट लिमिटेड. अभी इसमें ओनरशिप खरीदना होगा तो क्या करोगे? मैम के पास जाओगे. टिल द टाइम इट गेट्स लिस्टेड. पब्लिकली लिस्टेड कोल इंडिया लिमिटेड, एसआर प्राइवेट लिमिटेड, रिलायंस प्राइवेटली हेल्ड. गवर्नमेंट कंपनी खोजना पड़ेगा. मैंने खोज लिया है, इंटरनेशनल कोल वेंचर्स लिमिटेड. अच्छा देखो, ये जो प्राइवेटली हेल्ड होती है, गवर्नमेंट हैज बीन गिवन फ्रीडम दैट इवन इफ अ गवर्नमेंट कंपनी इज प्राइवेटली हेल्ड, it may not write the word private, just to eliminate confusion. Even if government created a PSU for the first time, it will be privately held, but government has been given freedom that they may not write the word private. ठीक है? इंटरनेशनल कोल वेंचर्स लिमिटेड, तो गवर्नमेंट ने PSU क्रिएट किया, इट इज नॉट लिस्टेड. तो ये आपको अगर ओनरशिप खरीदना है, यू विल हैव टू अप्रोच गवर्नमेंट. बोथ आर अलाउड. कंपनी लिमिटेड और कॉर्पोरेशन लिमिटेड भी लिख सकते हैं. गवर्नमेंट को ये नाम मिलता है.
सर, डिफरेंस बिटवीन इंसॉल्वेंट एंड बैंकरप्ट?
IBC कोड आएगा ना, तब समझना. प्रोसेस का अंतर, दोनों ऑल्टरनेटिवली यूज होता है. हाँ, बैंकरप्सी प्रोसीजर को बोलते हैं. अच्छा, डोंट एक्सपेक्ट मी टू एक्ट एज गूगल. ठीक है, यहाँ पे करोड़ों कंपनी है. आई विल ऑल्सो हैव टू फाइंड. भाई कोई कंपनी बोल दोगे तो मैं बता दूंगा क्या ऐसे. ठीक है, बट IRCTC गवर्नमेंट कंपनी, मतलब गवर्नमेंट ओनरशिप इज मोर देन 51%, दैट आई नो। अब लिस्टेड एनी लिस्टेड वो चेक कर लो आप। ये एक्सपेक्ट नहीं करते हमसे ना कि हर कंपनी का पता हो कौन सी लिस्टेड है नहीं लिस्टेड है। आई थिंक नहीं लिस्टेड है, देख लो आप लिस्टेड है नहीं लिस्टेड, नहीं लिस्टेड है यहाँ तो मुझे। ठीक है, सो कल तो हमारी क्लास नहीं है ना? हाँ, तो विल हैव क्लास ऑन मंडे, और मंडे को मे बी 15 मिनट्स का तो क्लास तो होगी, 15 मिनट्स टेस्ट पॉसिबल। तो आप अच्छे से रिवाइज करके आना टिल फर्स्ट टॉपिक जो कल तक हमने पढ़ा है। ऑब्जेक्टिव, हाँ क्लास टाइम में ही 15 मिनट का है तो हाँ उतना मैटर नहीं करता है।